whether or not you have money in your bank account. What they do care about is if you cook.
We don't give a about your degree.
Nobody cares about your degrees. Stop leading with your degrees.
A man who's high value do not care how much money you make or what is on a job application. This is not a job, it's your life.
Would you say that having a daughter has made your dating life harder?
Oh, absolutely. Not everyone wants to be a stepdad.
If you're single and struggling to find a partner, do not click off this video.
My man went there and got in where he fit in. He got him a woman around his age. Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get right into this.
People without a degree today because of a man.
Okay, I'm really glad they're finally talking about this because as a person that's always been an observer, but I also witnessed this in my household. My dad would prevent my mom from finishing school.
Now, see the thing, I'm sorry guys, I got to cut it off. You see the woman said there's one without a degree today. Now, she said her dad stopped her mom from finishing school.
Because he was the most unsupported partner towards her. He's a lot better now for sure. But every time she would try to start a project, she would try to finish school, he would try to compete with her or like make it almost impossible for her not to finish school. So when my ex of 6 years told me when I wanted to apply to grad school, when my professor told me, I can see you going to grad school and getting your PhD. You're very smart. And I said, yeah, I was like, plus you're going to get paid a lot more in the field of social work. I told him, hell no, I'm going to go to school and I don't care what you have to say. And honestly, do never let a man prevent you from achieving your goals.
Now, the man, what if, I'm thinking if it was me, right? I'm telling her that's not going to pay you. Don't go to school in that because you won't make any money. And then you turn around and say, you're trying to stop me from achieving my goals. Think about it. I did a video yesterday talking about that. Women choosing the wrong career paths, going to grad school, right? Getting their master's, and then getting a job, making less than I do. I make tons more than people get their master's degree and make with no college experience. Maybe minimal, but not really at all. Is that a problem? Yeah. And then they would get mad for a man speaking logic into them. Who knows? Maybe the dad was speaking logic into her.
Do not do it. Because if I would have listened to his ass, I would have regretted it. I would have regretted that decision because I'm very proud to be part of that, 12% of Latinas that have master's degrees and always being like escalating further. Like I want to better my life. I want to do better for myself because a real partner is not going to prevent you from achieving your goals. A real partner is going to support you and want to succeed, want to see you succeed too.
See, they equate school degrees to succeeding, and that's not the case anymore.
Let's get it.
Ladies, I'm gonna put you on game real quick. These men out here do not care whether or not you have a college degree. They don't care if you have a bachelor's, a master's, a doctorate. They don't care whether or not you even own a home or live in an apartment. They don't even seem to care whether or not you have money in your bank account. What they do care about is if you cook. They want to know whether or not you cook. Do you know how many men I've had ask me lately whether or not I cook? I saw a guy that I had met 2 years ago. I didn't even date him. I had only cooked because I was catering an event. He had my cooking and he had the nerve to ask me when I ran into him, oh, when are you cooking again? When are you buying groceries for me to cook with? But it told me that these men are just out here like starving to death. Like, I don't know if they don't know how to grill up a quesadilla or heat up some sauce and put over pasta, but they are out here looking for women that know how to cook.
Yes, they are. Yes, men are. Is there something wrong with that? I think it's fine. And sometimes it's really that simple. Don't make it complicated.
My point exactly.
What in the purpose of you ever mentioning to a person you're trying to date about your degrees? Why do you think that's impressive?
We don't give a about your degree.
Nobody cares about your degrees. Stop leading with your degrees.
I want something feminine and delicate.
that only works for your job. That's the purpose that it was for.
And not
it
even
has zero to do. It doesn't impress anybody else.
All a degree does is tell a man that you're a good listener to someone else in their corporation. We want somebody who can come in and listen to us in our direction so that we can become established as a team. When it comes down to a lot of men, they have something that they're going for in life, and they have a purpose that they're striving for in life, and they're looking for a lady to support that and come in and help aid, because if he wins, you win. If he wins, your legacy wins. And if this person is your husband, your children's children win. All of those things come from a lady cooperating with a man who has a vision and he has a direction in life.
Yes, a vision and a direction in life. And as I'm saying this, right now, I'm looking at the woman that's helping fulfill my vision. That beautiful, sexy woman over there with a middle finger pointed up at me, joking around. I'm looking at her because that's all I seeked out, right? And nowadays, back at home, it's like, will I ever find it? But yeah, I found it in her. And what did I have to do? I just so happened I needed to get up and go across these shores to get her. And then I realized, because it was almost a situation, I'm going to go across these shores and find her and bring her back. Then I realized that's not a good thing. Not even because she'd be tainted when she goes to the West. It's not that at all, right? It's because everything is dying. Not physically, but you guys know what I mean. You guys know what's happening. You guys know the job markets are harsh. People getting master's degrees and coming out and not making anything. So a woman talking about master's degrees is nothing, right? And then also on top of that, dating is dead. Things are getting exponentially higher, right? To where people can't afford anything, groceries, travel inside of the country. I know for me, traveling inside of the country, just to get to a certain point, costed the same as me going from here to Thailand, and then after going to Vietnam, and then after going to Japan. Sometimes that's going to maybe 2 states. So you mean to tell me I can travel around the world instead of going to 2 states? That's things I realized. And that's how I need to get out.
This is for all the single ladies out there looking for men or a partner, right? I spoke to many women and men, and they always stress to me, women especially, why am I still single? Why? They will say to me, like, I have multiple degrees, I'm pretty, I have all these things going for me, and they stress to me, like, I have all these degrees, I have a lot of money. A man who's high value do not care how much money you make or what is on a job application. This is not a job, it's your life.
That need to be said again and again with fierce conviction.
This is not a job, it's your life.
A man wants to know what can you bring to their life to elevate their life, to make and support them. Just the same as you looking for a man to elevate your life. They do not care about your money. They do not care about your status. What can you offer them to make them better? So just because you have multiple degrees, that doesn't mean that it qualifies you to have a good man. I'm just saying, what can you bring? And it can't be degrees or money. Just saying.
Wow. And I like her attitude, right? Because she's listening. Let me repeat. If there's any woman out there watching this video, she is listening to what men have to say. People that are smarter usually listen to older men. I don't know what it is. I'm not trying to downgrade women or disrespect women at all. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to procreation. Even look what's happening even in certain countries. Certain countries are not procreating. Like in the West, they're procreating like crazy. but they're not procreating. So what? Their culture is going to die. So the future is not promised, right? In some countries, because there won't be any children. So what does that mean in the West? Women have to start cooperating with men, or we're looking at the beginning of the end. And tell the truth, we kind of are. At the end of times, will be perilous times, and things will be topsy-turvy. Look what's happening in the Olympics. Yeah, we definitely closer to the end. I'll save that for another video.
As a single mom, would you say that having a daughter has made your dating life harder?
Oh, absolutely. Not everyone wants to be a stepdad. And so that circles back to the question, why am I single? Is probably because of that.
So why are men less likely to want to take on...
Yes, no one wants to be a stepdad.
...on another woman's child that isn't their own?
It's a whole nother responsibility that they didn't sign up for.
So do you think you have a better chance dating a guy who also has a child of his own?
Yeah, I think they're more open-minded, but I'm on the same boat where I also don't want to take on the responsibility of another kid.
You can't make this up.
So I understand it. That's why I'm not upset about it.
So for your future partner, how would you want his relationship to be with your baby daddy?
Accepting, friendly, and civil.
Should you all be able to go out and get lunch together if need be?
I wouldn't want that for myself, but I wouldn't want like constantly having to go and hear about fights and break them up.
I mean, it's wild. More and more are... You notice how she said, I have a kid, but I don't want to take on a man with a kid. Why do so many women think like that, right? And why is it so bad when men have kids? Wouldn't it be harder? It's much harder for men when women have kids, right? A lot of times that man comes right back into the play, but a lot of times it doesn't. But that's weird. So you as a woman, it's harder. Like, I don't know what she's trying to say, but a lot of women see things that way, and it's a little troubling when you think about it. So you won't take a man with kids. If a man has one kid and you have one kid, you can't form a union and make a family together. If it's too many kids, that may be a problem, but I'm lost with that one.
If you're single and struggling to find a partner, do not click off this video. Do not scroll. I have a solution for you. That is, are you ready? That is to pack your bag and go to Japan! Yay! Okay, welcome!
It's funny. You see that more and more and more, right? For countries and women pushing for all men, not just American men, all men to go out to Japan, go out to China, and other places, right? Now, that's one of those countries where there's a problem, right? That's one of those countries where a woman they'll have one kid and their whole focus is that one kid. I think what the country's realizing is that mindset can change with different mindsets. Think about it, guys. Hear me out. Now, think about this. What will change Japan's mindset is to change the woman's mindset. So therefore, what would they rather inside of Japan? Who has the mindset of creating a bigger lineage? Americans. Who may not adapt to those past things that older parents see, right? Or older mindsets. The children. So the more and more children are raised, what Japan is probably doing is they're hoping mindsets will change. That's why foreigners are welcomed with open arms. And also, right, not only that, the women definitely respond different than foreigners. And black men as well. I'm not saying go to Japan. Every Japanese woman is going to want you. But you can get in where you fit in. Same thing in China. You can get in where you fit in. I showed a video the other day, maybe last week, of a African guy who went out there and went on the beach and just went around talking from person to person, right? He was very happy-go-lucky naturally. Wasn't happy-go-lucky like a pushover, but he was happy. And what happened? He got a woman that day. And I didn't even know that. I just watched the video to see. It looked like a fun video to watch. and he got a woman that day. So that's showing that men that are more open to talk and don't mind, how can I say, getting rejected. Because you already know in the West, guys get rejected, but it's different. The rejection is different, so guys can handle it better. That's why more passport bros are being created. And this is one of those issues in Japan, and it's starting to happen in other places too. Aquanto, Isa, China. Now, my man went there and got in where he fit in. Older man, right? He got him a woman around his age.
That's what we do, right? Yeah.
This man went out there, and what do you think this woman was in China? What do you think she was? Be honest and be real. Sheng, yeah.
Which means leftover women.
Definitely. She still looks pretty though. She was Sheng, yeah, but still gorgeous. Look at that face. He went out there and got her. And this is the thing. This is why guys are going out there. Because a man like him, right? He probably was divorced in the West. Who knows? But the thing is, he went out there and learned the language, which is a great thing. He went out there and did what he needs to do to find that woman for him. And more guys are definitely trying to do it because they'll realize it's definitely more to life than dealing with anything that's not that.
Love has no boundaries.
But thank y'all for watching. See you next video. Peace out.
This is the way.
Passport bros. Cash for no.
So he's coming.